Prior to 2019, folding smartphones seemed like nothing more than a distant dream. However, thanks to the innovations from the likes of Samsung's, Huawei, Motorola, folding phones are now more of a reality than they have ever been. But who was the first person to really invent those folding phones? Following the rocky release of the Galaxy Fold last year, Samsung has taken to a more unique pathway of approaching to those foldable phones from the Galaxy Z Flip. Then, rather than creating another phone and a tablet, Z Flip has done something which is beyond magical, where that Z Flip phone has combined with a tablet and a normal phone. And this Z Flip are probably one of the only Android phones in Samsung based which can be folded. It is a foldable and portable phone when it's folded, and it's a normal Android phone when it's not folded. If you're really intimidated by Galaxy Z Flip's phone, it's not just a phone, it brings to a much more accessible form of factor because when it's unfolded, it's just like any other Android phones you can see. But when it's folded, it makes it more portable, and when it's more portable, it can fit into tight pockets, which makes it much easier compared to other unfolded phones, some which are large and it won't fit in pockets. But Z Flip has done something which is a combination of a foldable phone back in the 19s and an Android phone to the 21st century. The Galaxy Z Flip might not be a perfect phone to every one of you, but compared to the Galaxy Fold that came last year back in 2019, it is much more sustainable and much more durable, better design, and to be honest, the hinge actually feels fantastic, and the glass screen is much nicer compared to all the other Android phones. And the flip phone factor is utterly joyful, whether you like it or not, since it is much easier to use, much more comfortable, and when you unfold it, it's more of like an Android phone. But there are some quirks which falls into downfall of having a Z Flip phone. Like the hinges might be nice, but also at the same time the hinges are stiff. And not only that, they also have a spongy cover, which is like not too, they don't have a nice finish, which might not attract the customers. But talking about the positive check boxes, Samsung has ticked every single one of them, whether they have disadvantages or no. Z Flip might have more advantages since it's portable, faster gigabyte, better megapixels, and a better processor. But the only disadvantage could be a bad finish, hinge which are too stiff, and the covers which might not look good to some of you but might look good to other. With that being said, Galaxy Z Flip has manufactured a phone in two in one. What that means is that when you fold it, it's a miniature phone where nothing more than a square shaped phone, but when you unfold it, it looks more like a tablet. To be honest, mini tablet, I would say. And mini tablets are smartphones. Now, if you unfold a Z Flip, it will look more like a smartphone, like other Android phones. But when you fold it, it's more of a foldable phone where you can see everything in just one square. Galaxy Z Flip is very small. To be honest, the inches are small, which is 1.06 inches. With that being said, you can't do anything which you love. What are the things like no watching YouTube videos? Big disadvantage for every one of us, including me myself. No social medias, meaning you can't scroll through social media since the size of the phone is very small compared to other Android phones, as it is known to be a Galaxy Z Flip. One worst thing of that phone is no phone calls. Meaning, if someone really wants to call you, you can't hear anything because there's no phone calls. Now, if you want to tap on a specific notification in the secondary display, that is the app where you'll be taken to when you open the Z Flip. So for example, if you see a notification on a phone, but the one worst thing is that you have to first unfold the phone, then only you can see the notification, which makes it a lot of hard work. When Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Z Flip, there were a lot of emphasis which is given to this specific Z Flip phone. As many people think that phone has ultra thin glass, and the only reason they actually have a very thin glass is to support the phone when the phones fold, because the hinges are very stiff. Other than that, they don't use a plastic cover, which is used, I believe, in most of the phones. They, instead of using a plastic phone, they use the Z Flip is supposed to be much more durable, which means they use a different material apart from plastic. Because I want to point out on this, because when they fold, since they don't use plastic, they can use other than plastic. But if they use metal or glass, it's fragile. So which means if it falls down, you know their answer. The Z Flip was known to be much more durable, and it comes with the usual scratch resistance we expect in the glass, because the Z Flip, the screen itself, is very strong and durable, which is very good, unlike other phones where they don't have scratch resistance, which means once someone scratches the phone, the glass cover, the screen itself, there will be scratch marks in a phone which might or might not be removed. With this being said, Z Flip has scratch resistance, meaning it is much better for the phone. So which means if there's no scratch, meaning better view, and better view means better accessibility to the phone itself. Z Flip is not only good in processor or about GPU. Now, talking of cameras, Galaxy Z Flip is much unique compared to other Android phones, since they allow you to ditch tripod, which means you don't need a tripod. Now, if you want certain shots, the camera switches to specially optimized interface, which that places all the camera controls on the bottom portion of the screen, and it actually reserves the top section for your viewfinder. What that means is that if you don't want, for example, if you want to take a picture of yourself being folded, the phone being folded, and still you want to take a picture, it still works. So even if you fold your phone, the square shape, obviously you can see yourself, and if you want to take a picture, you can take a picture. It does not matter whether being folded or unfolded. There is no way you cannot take a picture whether being folded or unfolded, which makes it much more unique compared to other phones, and especially the last year foldable phone, which you must unfold the phone so that you can easily take a picture of yourself. One sad thing about Galaxy Z Flip is that usually the Android 11 is released, and if you want to see more about 5 features of Android 11, you can see it here or here in that eye shape. Okay, now Z Flip has Android 10, which means they're not upgraded compared to other specialized Pixel phones where they have Android 11. But Their user interface is of 2.0, having 6.7 inch of height, but 1.67 inch of width, which makes it very small for a foldable phone like that. It has a dynamic AMOLED display with the size of 2636 times 1080 pixels, and the pixel density is 425. They have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8885S Plus, which means it's very good and much upgraded compared to other phones. And the phone itself has 8GB RAM. A foldable phone having 8GB RAM is much faster compared to other small Android phones, which cannot be folded. Now, if we want to jump on cameras, if we want to move on to storage first, storage has 256GB, but the cameras are really good. As far as we know, they have 2 cameras at rear or at the back and 1 camera at the front. So rear camera number 1 has 12 megapixels with 12 megapixel and focal length of 2.4, and it has a wide focal length of 1.8 millimeter, I guess, with 1.4 micrometer of length. The other rear camera has the same megapixel as rear camera number 1, but the focal length is 2.4 aperture and having the 1.2 micrometer in size. The camera dimension, the front camera 1, the megapixel is quite low compared to the rear camera, since front camera has a megapixel of 10 megapixel, but the focal length is the same as rear number 1, which is f of 1.2, I believe, 1.2 or 1.8, somewhere there, and they have 1.12 micrometer of size. If you unfold the phone, it will be 73.6 millimeter of the width. The 87, am I doing something mistake? Wait. Okay, yeah. So the size of the phone would be 73.6 millimeter of width, 87.4 millimeter of length. Height, and 17.3 millimeter of width. While being unfolded, it's much bigger since it is not square shape, so it will be 73.6 times 167.3 times 72 millimeter. The mass is actually quite heavy, which is around 193 grams, which makes it one of the few heaviest phones, since usually phone masses are around 100 to 150, and which makes the compatibility better. But for this phone, it's a foldable phone and they have used expensive materials. Talking of expensive, the phone itself cost $999, since it's probably the first ever famous flip phone compared to the Galaxy Fold. I have explained a brief about Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. If not, comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Road to 105 million subscribers. Peace out.